Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 30 of the Road to Glory with Kyla Adams. Now, we left off the last episode. We did get a little bit into the first week of November, so we're coming up pretty quickly towards our second year, which will of course mean we get another end of year roll and a chance at either getting something positive for Kyla or getting something negative. Now, we left off also with 45 popularity in the Mid-South and 24E popularity in the Southwest. We're going to continue the tour of the Southwest in this episode. Also, another thing to mention is I have pretty much decided to go for this TV station. So we're going to go with this one to start off with, Los Deportes Hoy. Los Deportes Hoy. As you can see, we need 30E plus popularity in 3 regions. It doesn't need to cover the home region, but we do actually have the home region in there as well. So that would be fine. So we're almost at 30 popularity in the Southwest. Now, the thought process behind this is, and this is what we're actually going to do, is we're going to get to about 31 popularity in the Southwest. So, like I said, we're almost there. We're 6 points away, which we'll probably get by about January, I would say. So in January, we'll hit the 30 to 31 popularity just to be safe in the Southwest. We are then going to shift our focus from America, from the USA, to Mexico, and we're going to be touring in northern Mexico, as we already have 13 F plus popularity there. Once we hit 30 popularity in northern Mexico, we will have a TV deal, which will be, was it small or very small? I think it's very small in Mexico itself. Yeah, so very small in Mexico, which is actually great because it essentially allows us to build popularity in Mexico without actually running any TV shows there. Because it's free to air, it does focus more on gaining popularity and gaining fans in those regions. It also has tiny viewership in both of our regions that we are currently pushing towards cult with in the USA, being the Mid-South and Southwest. So we get on this TV station, we get both of those tiny viewership, which is, it's a minimal amount of increase. But again, we're going to be running in the Southwest once we finish and do actually get the TV deal itself. We're going to be running in the Southwest and the Mid-South as well to a certain extent once they become at a similar level around the D mark in popularity and importance. But that's going to be the catalyst for us to then push on to cult if we are still with Summit Wrestling. So that's the thought process I've got. It's what we're going to be going with. And we're going to continue to actually go in the Southwest region, like I said, until about 30, maybe 31 popularity before shifting over to Mexico. So I think we will actually be able to handle Mexico pretty well. If we filter some stuff here, the only problem we'll have is probably some of our wrestlers might not actually be able to work in Mexico. I'm just wondering if we won't actually be able to use them or if we can still use them because we are touring. I'm not 100% sure on that, so that's something I need to sort of focus on a little bit. But let's go. I'm looking for, I guess, good popularity. Can we even search for popularity? Oh no, this is what I want. A regional star in Mexico. Well, I guess we can filter it down to northern Mexico. I don't care. Okay, so as you can see, we've got 2 people. We've got El Mítico Jr. and Angel of Mercy, who essentially will both be able to get good enough ratings to increase popularity with the, sort of current roster talent that we have. Now, if we reset that for a second, let's also have a look at where people can work, if we can actually do that in this screen. I don't think we can actually. Interesting. Okay, so I'm wondering if everyone is actually able to then work where we need them to work. All right, so let's have a look at Mobstar for a second here. So he can actually work in Mexico. This is what I'm talking about. If they're not able to work in Mexico, I'm wondering if that's going to be a bit of a stumbling block for us. I'm just trying to find someone. Okay, so here, for example, Robin DeLay. I'm wondering, because it says he can't work in Mexico, he can only work in USA and Canada. I'm wondering if we'll actually be able to use him on our shows in Mexico. Something I've never really done before and I've never really worried about because I've never sort of decided to go down this route where we're trying to get a TV show for a company prior to going cult. I've never really done it with a regional company before. Oh, nice. So we had an incident here with Seth Whitehead, and he's actually improving his behavior, and he's also pleased. And Cobra's also pleased. But apparently Kurt Lovenkrantz is unhappy. Anyway, we also have Dean Waldorf improving his behavior there through Wrestler Court, which is good to see. We also have quite a few people out. Of course, Sonny and DDF, we gave them time off for 1 month in the last episode. And of course, Harbin Girard was injured after his tag team partner botched a move. So that's going to be our focus for our meddling here. We want to make sure that these two get rid of their tension between each other. It actually looks like it's gone away already. Did that work? I don't think that worked, but for some reason it's gone unless... Yeah, maybe... I don't know, it's a bit strange. Anyway. Again, we want to go to the southwest. I mean, we are automatically booking in that region anyway. But I would like to get generic venues done. Alright, so let's book our show. Now, let me go back for a second. What was our last show? We had Survivor. We did actually run it in the Mid-South. And of course, it was Callie Slick's last match with the company. So he's now gone. We'll probably bring someone else in this episode as well. Maybe like a higher level talent. But I think what I want to do for this month's big event is have Primus against Ernest Youngman for the title. Now I'm wondering if we could maybe do that in like a last man standing match. I think that'd be pretty cool. And I think they both probably have the brawling ability. So he's got 72B minus. And then Earnest up here has a C minus. Okay, it's not great. I thought it might have been a little bit better. Well, with that being the case, I might actually change that and go, let's go with a 30-minute Iron Man match for the big event. I feel like that could be possibly even cooler of a match to do. But what we're going to do, we're going to have Ernest Youngman teaming up with his unlikely tag team partner, Kyla Adams. And they're going to take on the team of Primus Allen and Mobstar, of course, being the new Long Beach Mafia. Well, they're essentially just the Long Beach Mafia now, with the departure of Callie Slick. We're actually going to leave that blank. Bit of a big test for Kyla there in the main event, in the Southwest as well, where he's not anywhere near as popular. The next match I want to go with American Elemental 2 and El Mitico. I was going to go Earnest, but we've already used him. My bad. 10-minute match. We're going to have El Mitico get the victory. That should be a really good match. Then I think we want to have a tag team match. Let's go with the Silent Accusers taking on Double Trouble. We can't do that because Sonny's not with us. Let's go with the Sons of Tomorrow instead. And Samuel's going to get the victory. Nice, easy match there. And then finally, we'll go one more singles match. Let's go with Austan Smooth taking on Yuichi Matsumoto. And then, of course, your boy Austan Smooth getting the victory there as well. All right, let's run our angles. I think we'll just go with Primus and Mobstar. I think they'll actually get a better angle rating than Kyler and Earnest. Then we'll go with Elmidico as well. And then finally, I kind of want to give it to Austan. Yeah, let's give it to Austan. I want to try and improve his microphone skill or his entertainment skills a little bit more. I was going to give it to Silent Accusers, but I'm going to forsake the angle rating itself in, you know, possibility of gaining some entertainment skills there for Austan Smooth. I then want to do a pre-show match as well, just a singles match. And we'll use, Angel of Mercy, and he can just take on Silvestre Bernier. Pretty much just the match for the sake of trying to improve Silvestre's psychology in the ring. Alrighty, looks pretty good. Let's run the show. Starting off with a 45D for the pre-show match. Got Angel of Mercy defeating Silvestre Bernier in 9:43 by pinfall with a Mercy of God. No improvements, but not too bad. We then go into a 56 C- angle, so that's actually pretty good to get a C- there in the Southwest for Austan Smooth. Not too bad. His match getting a 49D+. We've got Austan Smooth defeating Kyuchi Matsumoto in 9:13 by submission with a smooth hold. And we have both sets of workers improving in performance skills there, both Austan and Matsumoto. Really nice to see. That's what I want for Kyler, basically. I want to see that as often as possible. We then go to a 44D. We have Silent Accusers defeating the Sons of Tomorrow in 10:28 when Samael defeated Robin Delay by pinfall with a Poison of God. We also have Hush there improving in Rumble skills, and of course, the great chemistry between the Silent Accusers. We then go to a 67 C+ rated angle for Elmidico. His match gets a 58 C-. We have Elmidico Jr. defeating American Elemental 2 in 9:47 by pinfall with a Northern Light suplex. And apparently, ML2 was really off his game. We then go into a 73 B- angle for the pre-main event. Menace angle from the Long Beach Mafia. And the main event itself does really well, getting a 70 C+. We've got Primus Allen and Mobstar defeating Ernest Youngman and Kyler Adams in 2027 when Primus Allen defeated Kyler Adams by pinfall with a running power slam. And Kyler was the weak link. Still getting a 52 in-ring. That's not too bad. Worker improvements, we just have Mobstar improving in technical skills there. Assuming that's coming from Earnest. But yeah, that's a really good show. We get a 53 C- in the Southwest, which is definitely up from where we were last episode. You do have to say that was a pretty strong main event. All right, so we have some new goals as well from Bob Casey. Let's have a little look. Where are we? Owner goals down here. All right, so those two are fine. They're about to expire, actually, these two critical goals, which I think were the ones that we had when we began the game, because they were 2-year goals. Obviously, we have at least as much popularity because we were 0 when we started. And then, of course, must not be in debt. We have about 800,000 in the bank at the moment. So we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, our new goal kind of sucks a little bit because, you know, we want to bring in some veteran workers. And it says here that you can't hire any wrestler over the age of 45. And that's going to be for basically 2 years and 4 months. And that pretty much eliminates us getting in Steve Flash. Which I really wanted to happen because, yeah, he could have really, really helped with developing Kyler's basics. So that's out of the question. Also, the Japanese guy that I wanted is now going to be out as well. This guy, Tadayuki Kikawa, he's actually 45, so I mean, not that we'd be able to sign him yet anyway, because we're too small, but he was going to be another really good option. I was going to bring him in possibly as a stable leader for a possible Japanese stable that we were going to run with Giryu Kato and Kyuchi Matsumoto. Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. I can't really worry about it too much. You know, Spencer Spade's still around, so we're going to just hold off on getting him in, like I said, until we hit Cult. Ooh. Kurt Lovenkrantz has big issues now as well. It's going to give him a bonus. Not of that much. Give him a $2,000 bonus. And that's dropped it down to just morale issues, which is good. These are the ones that I'm worried about, though. He also has really good popularity in Mexico. So, yeah, Devious Dr. Fang is another option, along with El Medico and Angel of Mercy. I wonder if, let's have a look at Samael. Does he have good popularity? No, he's actually quite bad, only a 12F. But I think once we go to Mexico, I might start a bit of a stable war, let's say that, between, of course, we've got Discipulos del Diablo, of course, Devil's Disciples, consisting of these 3. And I'm thinking of making possibly another stable with Angel of Mercy, El Medico Jr., and either bringing in another Mexican luchador masked wrestler, or I guess we could also use American Elemental. Sort of another option. And of course, we could also throw in the young Canadians into that sort of stable war as well, being from Canada and everything. So yeah, let's just advance. We'll keep getting through. I'm not sure if we'll get to the event for this episode. We'll just have to wait and see. Oh, wow. TCW making Sammy back their figurehead. Kind of understandable with popularity like that. 88 and 87s across the board in North America. That's really nice to look at, actually. I'm a big fan of Sammy back. And I mean, he has the star quality as well. Charisma might be a little bit low. But with 98 A-star quality, you can probably get away with it. Anyway, let's have a look here. So Jake Idol has actually joined the SWF now. Good for him. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter too much for us. Now, one other thing I was thinking about doing was bringing in another tag team, Thunder and Lightning. You know, the Canadian wrestlers. They're a really solid 100 A-star experienced tag team. So I think they could actually be like a really good option. Let me just show you. So I think we have, Lightning Lomas. Currently with PSW, Pittsburgh Steel. And of course his partner is Jason Thunder. Okay, so he's still working with 4C, but he's also working with PSW as well. That's pretty cool, pretty interesting. As you can see, they're both relatively good. They are going to be expensive though, but their popularity is not bad either. Let's shortlist them. Let me go back to Lightning Lomas. There he is up there. Oh, so he's already on the shortlist. Okay. I'm wondering if we bring them in now. Kind of want to at the same time because I feel like our tag team division, it's really good. But if I show you, if I go into it, let me just meddle here for a second. Actually, let me check something. Does Harbin? Yeah, so he still has Simmering Tension. Of course, he actually did win our mid-card title in the last episode against Floris. Yeah, interesting. Anyway. We don't really have any meddling to do, so I guess we can just do a bit of a clear the air, maybe. As you can see, we have quite a few morale issues. Alright. Alright, so the economy is officially at a 0 now, so that's going to start to recover. Although it's probably going to take a while to recover, as it's literally down that low. Anyway, the main event for tonight's match, I'm going to go with Ernest Yeoman taking on Mobstar. Sort of a bit of a rematch from last week without their respective tag team partners. It is going to be non-title. And we're actually going to have Earnest pick up the victory there. Can Primus go on commentary? I don't think he can. Yeah, 17F. I think Bustercap can, though, can't he? Of course, they are tag team partners, so that kind of makes sense. Let's put him on commentary. We're also going to use him as well on this show, so that's fine. And let's actually have Bustercap take on, yeah, Kyler. That's an interesting match there. We'll just give it 10 minutes. No need to really go over. And let's actually give Kyler the victory, or try to give him the victory. Alright, so we'll keep Bustercap strong. I thought he might complain because he is a main eventer, so that's fine. Then we'll go a tag team match. Let's go with Full Force. I do really want to work on Matsumoto. I feel like he kind of has a bit of an upside to him. I mean, the only thing that has a downside is probably his selling. The psychology can be worked on relatively easily. Let's have them take on Evil Inc. I will give... Oh, we can't. Never mind. Same sort of problem as last show. The Ring Generals. We'll go the Ring Generals. That's fine. 10-minute match. We'll give Dean the victory. The loser can be Hiryu Kato. But don't get it mistaken. We are going to be pushing Full Force pretty soon, I think. I really want to try and elevate them both to mid-carders. Sort of, not as soon as possible, but in the near future. So we'll do that match, and then let's do another tag team match. This time we'll go with last show's opponent, or opponents, El Mítico and American Elemental, teaming up this time to take on the team of The Suffering. It's going to be a non-title match as well. We're actually going to keep the winners blank, because if these two guys beat the tag champs in a non-title, I feel like they will probably deserve a title match. So we'll see what happens with that one. That can start the show as well. American Elemental can actually cut a promo, so we might do that as well. Let me just change him to a mid-carder. There we go. And we'll do our angles now. So let's go. I want to go with an Earnest. angle because, of course, he's going to get the victory in the main event tonight. They don't need one. Let's go with Kyla Adams as well. I'm starting to think that he is entertainment stats. If you saw the end of stat screen from last episode, it's looking very, very similar to how it has recently. So I'm getting a little bit worried about that because we were getting, I think we're 1 or 2 points away. I think 1 point away from an A for microphone, which would be really, really cool to see. Anyway, and finally, let's go with El Mitico and American Elemental as well to open the show. Alright, cool stuff there. Hopefully they have good chemistry together. That would be awesome. Up next, I do want to do another pre-show match. This time I think we're going to let's use owner Bob Casey for the pre-show. And he can take on Darren Winner. Again, more just a match for Darren Winner to, you know, increase his psychology and to hopefully get his basics and safety and stuff up as well. Like I said, he could be one for the future. That menace is just really good. Star quality is not too bad either. He's got really good power, athleticism, stamina, everything you need. We just have to work on these stats here, which I don't think it won't be that hard, really. And I mean, if we keep giving him matches on the pre-show, then I don't think we can really go too wrong. Okay, well, that looks pretty good. Let's run the show. Starting off with a 22 E-, which is the pre-show. We do have Bob Casey defeating Darren Winner in 9:43 by pinfall with a roll-up. We then start the show off with a 49 D+. We have the angle with El Mitico Jr. and American Elemental. Apparently, ML2 performed poorly. However, he is learning to show more charisma as a result. So that's going to be beneficial to him, for sure. We then go into the match, which does really well. 64C. We have El Mitico Jr. and American Elemental 2 defeating the Suffering in 10:03 when El Mitico Jr. defeated Felipe Caballero by pinfall with a Northern Light suplex. And ML2 was the weak link. Still getting a 45, though. That's pretty good. We also have Felipe Caballero improving in flying skills, probably as a result of ML2. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we're going to pre-book that in for New Destiny. Just a regular tag team match, and it's going to be the Suffering, our tag team champions, taking on a possible emerging team of El Mitico Jr. and American Elemental 2. So there we go. Moving on to a 58C- angle for Kyla Adams. Once he gets his popularity up, these will start to get a bit higher, probably into the C+. His match gets a 54C-. We have Kyla Adams defeating Buster Cap in 10:29 by pinfall with a K trigger. Good match, nothing special, but definitely doing what it needs to do. The next match gets a 50D+. We have the Ring Generals defeating Full Force in 9:17 when Dean Waldorf defeated Giryu Kato by pinfall with a wheelbarrow bomb. And apparently we have Giryu Kato sustaining a bruised eye socket. Hopefully not a botch. We also have Kyuchi Matsumoto improving in performance skills as well. Okay, it doesn't look like it was a botch. As we go into a 62C for Ernest Youngman's angle, the pre-main event angle as well. The main event does really well, getting us a 69C+. We have Ernest Youngman defeating Mobstar in 1940 by pinfall with the hit. And yeah, Mobstar was off his game, only getting a 55 in-ring performance there. So he was really carried by Earnest in this one, which is interesting, because usually Mobstar is pretty reliable, I would say. especially since we started coming to the Southwest. I kind of see him as one of my sort of top main eventers at this point. Anyway, let's end the show here. Getting a 51D+, so a little bit lower than the last show. Still around that good level where we want to be. We want to try and be hitting a D+ minimum for all of these shows so we can try and get the maximum amount of popularity increase. All right, so let's have a look at Gideon's injury here. So he's currently working through the injury, so that's fine. Man, I feel so bad for Gideon. Like, he's actually pretty amazing. But he's just haven't really given him a proper chance or a proper opportunity. I mean, he's literally Saisho Ride the Tiger champion, which I think is their mid-card title. Where is Saisho? Yeah. Yeah, so Ride the Tiger is their mid-card title. And I think he's... Yeah, he's just won it. He won it in the first week of November. So that's really cool to see for him anyway. All right. Well, with that being said, we've got another Uprising show, so we'll get into that. And I think after this show, we might bring someone in. Okay, that's not good. So Primus Allen is... Please don't be cult. Okay. So he's just been offered a contract by Canadian Golden Combat, sorry. Canadian Golden Combat. But it's only a pay-per appearance deal, so that's fine. However, if he starts to gain popularity in Canada, there's going to be the possibility of north of the border realizing that, and then, oh my god, he's got 52 popularity in the Southwest. Sorry, how has that happened? His popularity has exploded. How is that happening? I thought it was like capped at this sort of level. Well, okay. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I have to say I wasn't really expecting to see that type of popularity out of him. Although at the same time, I should probably not be too surprised. Alright, so it's good to see with the firing, or not the firing, we didn't actually fire him, but we let him go on good terms. Callie Slick leaving the company is getting our backstage rating back up. We're at 64% now, which is a lot higher than what it's been recently. We've been under 60 for a few weeks, so definitely happy about that. Anyway, for this main event, I think we're going to go with Primus Allen, and he's going to be taking on Kyle Adams for the main event. Just another big, high-profile match, except this time, unfortunately, Kyle is going to lose, but it needs to happen. Can we put Earnest onto commentary? Yes, we definitely can. Okay. Let's also get their match pre-booked in as well. So, New Destiny. 30-minute Iron Man match. I don't like the prestige being low. I feel like a 30-minute Iron Man match is at least as prestigious as a cage match. You know what I mean? And like a ladder match is high prestige. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create match. Let me just put a big summit in the middle here. So we know it's the summit format. And the match prestige is going to be average. Everything else can be exactly the same. Yeah, so that's perfect. So we'll save that. Then hopefully go into it again. There we go. Summit Wrestling 30-minute Ironman match. That's going to be a lot better. Just the prestige of the match needs to be... If a 60-minute is going to be high prestige, then a 30-minute should be at least average prestige, in my opinion. So I'm glad we've changed that, and it's going to be Earnest Yeoman taking on Primus in what is sure to be, I would say, probably our best ever match. I think it definitely has the potential there. Right, so in other matches, I want to do 2 singles matches. We want to have Seth Whitehead taking on El Mitico Jr. And we're going to give El Mitico the victory there. And then in the other match... actually, we'll save that other match for next week. For the next show, sorry. Let's have Samael take on Thrill Seeker. Is he still injured? Yeah, he's still injured. Okay, never mind. So you can take on Air Attack Weasel. Yeah, it's also a pretty good match. And I think we'll leave it blank as well. Alright. That looks pretty good to me. And then finally we'll go with a tag team match. Let's have Full Force get a victory onto Floris Bouchard and Silvestre Bernier. Oh, Gideon's injured. Okay, in that case, never mind. Let's go with Venomous Death taking on them. And we'll give the victory to... Let's give it to Cobra. That can go there. We need to get rid of 1 minute. Take it off that one, I guess. Alright, let's book our angles. So we want to go with Primus Allen. Let's actually chuck Kyler into the angle. So he might get a bit of a popularity increase there. But he's not going to be rated on anything. Then we want to have a... Let's go with a Seth Whitehead angle. Let's see what Seth can do in the Southwest. And then finally we'll go Samael to open the show. Haven't done a Samael angle in a while. His menace angles have kind of taken a bit of a back seat with Primus coming in. Then let's go a tag match, and I want to have... Okay, so I want to have... Let's go American Elemental, and he can team up with Yuichi Matsumoto, take on the Sons of Tomorrow, I think. Just a 10-minute pre-show match, and American Elemental can get the victory there as well. What am I doing? Okay, let me just double check because I might have messed up the order. So that's there. Okay, I think that all looks good. Generic venue in the Southwest. Let's run the show. Alright, so the pre-show starts with a 40D-. American Elemental 2 and Yuichi Matsumoto defeated the Sons of Tomorrow in 10:28 when American Elemental 2 defeated Bret Heartbreak by pinfall with an American Earthbreaker. Pretty good match. We also have Kyuchi Matsumoto improving in performance skills as a result. So that's pretty good. The sort of younger, less experienced workers, well, I mean, American Elemental's very young as well, but he's very talented. But they're all getting a similar in-ring performance there, so that's good to see. Alright, so we start the show off with a 69C+, with Samael's Menace Angle. That leads us into his match. Unfortunately, only getting a 41D, as they just don't click at all, and it shows in their performance. So, bit of negative chemistry there for Air Attack Weasel and Samael. But we actually had Air Attack Weasel defeating Samael, the accuser, in 10-12 by pinfall with an Air Attack Ace. Yeah, just a pretty bad match overall. We do have Air Attack Weasel improving his performance skills, which is, it's a bit of an upside to a pretty bad match. We then go into a 58C-. We got Venomous Death defeating Floris Bouchard and Silvestre Bernier in 9-12 when Cobra defeated Floris by submission with a Viper Vice. Yeah, good match, really. I'm pretty happy with that. We then go to a 50D+ angle for Seth Whitehead. Maybe a little bit low on the low side, but I'm assuming his popularity is not so good in the Southwest. His match, though, does really well, getting a 65C. We have El Mítico Jr. defeating Seth Whitehead in 10:06 by pinfall with a Northern Light suplex. And a nice 68 in-ring performance there from El Mítico, which is good to see, and obviously pretty much carried the match. We then go into an 86B+ rated angle from Primus Allen. I did put Kyler in the angle, like I said, so hopefully a big popularity boost as a result. And the main event, wow. Okay, that is pretty incredible. A 74B-. Primus Allen defeating Kyler Adams in 2018 by pinfall with a running power slam. 75 in-ring performance from Primus. That is the highest in-ring I've seen on the series so far. A 75. The other highest, I think, was 72 from Earnest, and I think Primus was doing 72s as well. But he's broken through the popularity cap that I thought was capped for this production value that we had, and now he's breaking through that as well. Pretty strange. Anyway, really good. That might be the best match Kyler's ever been involved in, I think. So there we go. Anyway, and the show getting a 57C-. I mean, that's probably close to winning us the regional battle. Primus is OP. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't win the North American title. All right, well that was a great show. Honestly, I'm super happy about that one. Let's have a look at the mail. We got Bret Heartbreak, bit of a booking complaint there, which is fine. He just wants a bit of momentum. So let's have a look at the storylines. We might be able to just make another storyline. Let's chuck in Hideo Kato into that one. Earnest. Yeah, so we can actually just create another storyline. Let's go number 5. And we want to have it as Sons of Tomorrow being overlooked. Maybe for lack of experience. Never mind, it won't fit. We'll just keep it as overlooked with an exclamation mark. And then, of course, we need Bret Heartbreak and Let's Go. What's his name? Robin Delay. Are there any other tag teams we're not really using in a storyline at the moment? I guess they could probably feud with Air Attack Weasel and Thrill Seeker once he gets back. I mean, either way, like just having all them in a storyline together, hopefully they'll get some upside. Oh, El Midico's success in this storyline's bad. And Primus is very good. Buster Cap's fantastic, so we'll remove him and then re-add him back in. And as you can see, he's a major positive momentum at the moment. Same thing with Mobstar there. Add him back in. Okay. Well, let's have a look at the popularity. Have we gone up? We're still at a 24. How close are we, though, to actually going up? Let's check the editor. Where are we? Summit Wrestling. Popularity. Oh, we're literally 0.1% away from a 25. I just noticed we're getting very close to dropping under 45 there as well for the Mid-South. Of course, it's very hard for us to gain popularity in that region. Doesn't really matter if we drop down maybe 1 point. Like, it's not a big deal because once we actually upgrade the production values here, we're going to be getting much, much better show ratings. Especially if we have no penalty at all. I mean, our shows could probably be getting like C+, B- even. In my opinion. It's a very big, large penalty and a very big turnaround when you have no penalties. Alright, anyway, let's have a look at who we're going to sign, because I want to bring someone in. Again, we have to be pretty cautious about the fact that we can't actually bring in anyone over the age of 45 now, so that sucks, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's look for some great in-ring workers, because we want more people to also be able to transfer their sort of top row skills across to Kyler. Alright, so we've got this guy, Babao. He's a very good tag team wrestler with Moroi as the Night Terrors. I mean, they could be an option. Like I said, we do want to get, you know, another tag team or two in, especially teams that are experienced teams. Alright, so we've got Bradford, Peverell. Really good brawling there. But he's currently injured. Buddy Garner on hiatus. Oh, poor old Cali Slick, eh? I was really enjoying using him, actually. Hatred of Primus Allen. Simmering tension with Kyla Adams. Simmering tension with Avalanche Decano. So unfortunate. Anyway, we got Decipher now. He's got pretty good popularity in Mexico, so he could be an option. Let me put him on the short list there. Good old Finley O'Faraday. Another big bruiser type. Big Bruiser Finley, as he's known in Japan. Ooh, Guide. Guide's contract is running out. Of course, if you're familiar with my TCW series, or TCW in general, you'll know what a massive legend Guide and Scouter. I mean, his popularity is pretty high. He would probably come in and be our North American champion from the get-go. because he's also very skilled as well. Getting a little bit old, though. We're going to shortlist him, because I think that's important. Could come in as a different name. Tom Barrowman. Could come in as Guide without the face paint as well. Of course, I mean, he probably would come in without the face paint because, I mean, he's not going to be a part of the new wave, so... That's interesting. Hustle Mother. You know, we thought about bringing him in previously. I mean, James Prudence. Now, he's the one that I really wanted to bring in, so... Kind of wanted to hold off until we get to Cult. But at the same time, I mean, will he even... He'll actually negotiate with us. Oh, and he's over in Mexico. Okay. Alright, well, I don't want to bring him in yet. Do I? I don't know, man. It's really tough. Like, I really want to bring him in, but... He's also going to be quite expensive. 2,500 per appearance. Now, this guy is interesting. He's really good as well. Look at that menace. Oh, he'll get over so easily. Maybe he could be the leader of our Japanese stable. As you can see, he's loyal to WEXXV, which is the Japanese sort of death match promotion. He's also their Warriors Heart Champion, which is their top title, I believe. And he's also working for Golden Canvas Grappling, as you can see, as their open weight champion, which I think is probably their mid-card title, or maybe even a floating title, I'm not sure. But that means that he's not going to be signed to a written contract with anyone but WEXXV. So that means we could sign him. I mean, he's got no popularity, but I mean, neither did the rest of his stable that we put him with. I mean, he could come in and really do some work. He's also a locker room leader as well. The Hammer, Minamitsu Senmatsu. That's an interesting one, man. We've got to add him to the shortlist. I think we might get him out of all the people here. You got Ricky DeColt, very familiar with him. Roy Edison. I mean, he would be an option for that top row, the technical ability. I'm just going down. Maybe Silver Tiger could come in for Mexico. As you can see, he's very over. I mean, we could probably just bring him in for maybe 2 or 3 months. Maybe even sort of job him out a little bit to our other sort of main eventers. Oh, Spencer Spade. Honestly, probably my favorite. One of my favorite. I can't say he's my favorite. He's one of my favorite C-verse wrestlers. Could also bring in Zeshin. As you can see, he's really good, but he's actually not loyal to anyone. So he could essentially leave WEXXV and basically join any one of the big Japanese promotions. So we probably don't want to take a risk on him. As you can see, he was originally trained by WLW. So, you know, he could essentially go back there. Anyway, let's... I don't know, do I want to go with Senmatsu and just bring him in? I think we'll wait as well, actually. Let's wait. Because Gideon Kato is currently out injured. Well, he's working through his injury. So I think I want to wait for him to get back. And then we might bring him in and form our Japanese stable. Senmatsu looks really good, though. And like I said, that loyalty that he has is going to prevent him from being poached away by any of the big Japanese companies. I'm assuming he can still work for them on tour and on paper appearance deals like he is with Golden Canvas. But ultimately, they're not going to steal him away, so that's pretty important. Primus Allen now being offered a contract by GSW as well. For a massive $17.40 per week. That is crazy. Anyway. Oh, okay, never mind. Guide has continued his exclusive contract, so that's not going to happen. Anyway, it was good while it possibly lasted in my brain. Anyway, I think we're going to do one more show for the episode. Kind of wasted a lot of time looking through workers to possibly sign there. But you know what? It's not wasted time because we've educated ourselves, and now I have a plan of who I want to sign. I want to sign Senmatsu, like I said, to be the leader of our Japanese stable. And then I also want to sign James Prudence. Once we decide to go into Mexico. Okay, we also have Air Attack Weasel improving his behavior, which is good because he's can be a negative influence. And we're still at a 64% backstage rating. Hopefully we can do a bit of a rib on someone. Rib didn't work. Let's go back to the Southwest generic venue. The economy still hasn't risen, but it is actually rising officially now. So that's good. Okay, what do we want to do? Let's go with a tag team match. I want to have Venomous Death take on Long Beach Mafia 3. That's a good match. We'll actually leave it blank. I don't really care who wins. Although Mobstar could probably do with a win after losing. Hopefully he'll win anyway. Then I want to go with... let's go Primus, and he can take on... I don't really want to put him with anyone that's going to be dangerous in the ring. Let's go with Hush. I don't think Hush is going to injure him. We'll double check his safety in a second, but... Okay, 71C+. I mean, people have still gotten injured with that. Yeah, it is what it is, whatever. Gotta risk it sometimes. Then we'll do a tag match. Let's go with Kyla and Angel of Mercy. And they can take on the Ring Generals. We'll give Angel of Mercy the victory. Man, Marv really just pisses me off sometimes. He really just doesn't like to lose, and that's frustrating because Dean Waldorf is the better of the two in the tag team, but he doesn't complain about taking losses, whereas I want to make Marv lose most of the matches. Just one of those frustrating things. Anyway, the next match is going to be sort of continuing the tag team title feud at the moment. Alright, so I think we'll make the winner Felipe in this one. Of course, we had El Mitico beat Seth in the last show. So we'll make it one apiece. Have that to start off the show as well. What's American Elemental's popularity? 16F, okay. 22E minus. Okay. Well, let's do our angles. So we want to have Mobstar and Buster Cap. That's for our main event angle. Of course, we want to have our Primus Allen. Hopefully another B+. Menace angle there. And then finally, yeah, let's just go with a Felipe Caballero. I was going to give it to Kyler, but I don't really think that's necessary. And we can actually lower that by a minute. There we go. Okay. Let's also add another pre-show match. Let's go Air Attack Weasel, and he can team up with Logan to take on the team of Robin DeLay and Silvestre. Essentially, it's just like a young Lions match that you would see in Japan. Sort of the inexperienced young workers taking on some of the more established guys. Just mainly for experience and stuff like that, so that's exactly what we're doing. There we go, pre-show. Alright, I think we're good. Let's run the show. Last one of the episode. Starting off with a 46D for the pre-show. We have another injury, annoyingly. Air Attack Weasel and Logan Wolfsbane defeated Robin DeLay and Silvestre Bernier in 9:57 when Air Attack Weasel defeated Silvestre by pinfall with an Air Attack Ace. And in this match, Air Attack Weasel sustained bruised buttocks. So a bruised ass, basically. And then we also have negative tag team chemistry for Air Attack Weasel and Logan Wolfsbane. We also have Air Attack Weasel improving in performance skills. So the one guy I put in the match to try and train other people for their sort of psychology and stuff has actually improved his own performance ability and picked up an injury at the same time. Doesn't look like it was a botch, so that makes me a little bit happy. Oh, yes it was. Okay. Robin DeLay with a botch this time. Okay, anyway, starting off the show with a 45D for Felipe Caballero's angle. His match does pretty well, getting a 58C-. We have Felipe Caballero defeating American Elemental 2 in 10:05 by pinfall with a Caballero drop. Both workers improving. We have ML2 improving in rumble skills and Felipe Caballero improving in technical. Also, very similar in-ring performances there for both. 55 for Felipe, and then a 53 there for ML2. We then go into a 58C-. We have Kyla Adams and Angel of Mercy defeating the Ring Generals in 9:52 when Angel of Mercy defeated Dean Waldorf by pinfall with a Mercy of God. Yeah, good to see Kyla actually carried that match with a 57 in-ring performance. I'm assuming his popularity went up after the last show's match against Primus. I think it definitely did. Good stuff, though. We then go into an 86B+ Menace angle for Primus. It's pretty much standard at the moment with his 52D+ popularity in the Southwest. His match gets a 62C. We have Primus Allen defeating Hush in 8:34 by pinfall with a running power slam and a 74 in-ring performance from Primus Allen. We also have Hush improving in rumble skills as well, so good stuff from Primus. Basically, teaching Hush a thing or two. We then go into a 65C for the new Long Beach Mafia, the original Long Beach Mafia tag team members, before their main event match, which gets a 68C+, very respectable. We have Venomous Death defeating Long Beach Mafia 3 in 1953 when Cobra defeated Buster Cap by submission with a Viper Vice. Really good match, though. I'm pretty pretty happy with both of these teams, actually. That's not too bad. We also have Mobstar improving in technical skills as well. All right, let's end the show. And we get a 55 C-, which is down 2 points from the last show. But at the same time, still ridiculously good in the Southwest. So definitely happy with that. All right, so we've got some emails. Primus Allen's offer with GSW there as well. And then Air Attack Weasel. I'm assuming he's got, yep, simmering tension. Perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. And he's also working through his injury. Yeah, so we got rid of one sort of backstage negative influencer in Callie Slick. And now we've picked up 2 more simmering tensions since then, so not too good. Not too good. Anyway, let's have a look at the popularity before we end the episode. Up to a 25E now in the Southwest. Still barely holding on to our 45 in the Mid-South, but of course we are going to have the end of month event, which is New Destiny, as you can see down there. And of course we got some pretty big pre-booked matches in. We have a look here. We've got Ernest Yeoman against Primus Allen, which will be in the next episode. And then, of course, we have The Suffering versus El Mitico Jr. and American Elemental 2. Both belts on the line, or both sets of belts on the line there. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Let's have a quick look at the finances. Now, it's looking a lot better at the moment. We're only about 12,000, just under 12, in the negative at the moment for this month. We do still have another 3 shows to run before the big event. So I'm assuming that's probably going to go to maybe 22,000 negative before the big show. Now, I think the big show can probably profit us about that amount. So we might be able to break even, or at least we'll be very close. Because, of course, we did actually run the first event of the month in the Mid-South as a bit of a test, just to see if we can sort of stem the loss of money flow at the moment. Anyways, that is going to wrap the episode up, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you could please smash the like button, I would appreciate it so much. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Like I said, still about 60%. It fluctuates a little bit, goes under to 59, and then eventually will go back up as a lot of new viewers watch the first episode and are not subscribed to the series. So make sure you do that. Turn on the notification bell as well. Be notified when the episodes come out. Apart from that, guys, as always, take it easy and goodbye.